The journey ends today. Yo, what's up everyone? Treyman1 here and welcome back to another Pokemon Journeys anime review. Guys, today we are covering episode 136, the final episode of Pokemon Journeys. Man, oh man, what a series this has been. It's had its ups, it's definitely had its downs, but let me go ahead and review the final episodes and give my overall thoughts on Journeys. This episode is a direct parallel to episode 2. Ash and Go have met because of Lugia. Ash went to the Cerise lab, heard about Lugia, Go was researching Lugia, Ash battles it. After that, the two meet as they both jump to try and catch Lugia. And you know, they went on their fun first adventure for the series that led to many more throughout. Here, Ash and Go had a little argument. Lugia, I guess, kind of overhears and then appears right before them to kind of give them their final test to see how much they have grown. While, you know, it is a nice reference to the second episode of Lugia appearing here, I think it would have made a bit more sense for Ash and Go to battle Mewtwo, because don't forget, the Mewtwo episode was about them, you know, kind of reinstating their goals about what they wanted to do. Goes like, I want to go catch Mew, and Mewtwo's like, you know, you want to catch Mew. Ash, you want to be the strongest. I'm the strongest Pokemon, and I'm related to Mew, so if you can't beat me, you can't catch me, then how will you be able to get to Mew? So I feel like that would have been a perfect tie-in. They should have brought Mewtwo back for this final fight, especially because, you know, it would have made more sense for Mewtwo to kind of appear, and, you know, it can speak to them as well, instead of Lugia just kind of randomly appearing. But besides the point, it's the final episode. I can't be too mad at this. And to be fair, the two end up losing to Lugia. So if they lost to Lugia, they definitely was going to win against Mewtwo. Also, Go, why did you use a mud shot? It's a flying type. But anyway, besides all that, they go on one last adventure on the back of Lugia like they did in the second episode of Journeys. We get to see Pokemon like the Jigglypuff with the mic. I was wondering where this thing was at, because at the end of Sun and Moon, it was shown on the plane. Wonder what happened with that. I don't know. But still, it's so nice to see these two go on one more journey, and they end up running into Ho-Oh once again in the series. You know, we saw Ho-Oh earlier with the old man. Here is really like the start of a new journey. In Ash's first episode, you know, he met Ho-Oh, and that kind of pushed him to go on his adventure. Here, they see Ho-Oh again, and Ash is like, this is why I want to keep traveling, because, you know, the Pokemon world is so big. So I like how they tied in the first episode to this plot right here. And what's also interesting is that Lugia speaks to Ash again, but this time Go can also hear it. I guess kind of to show how much Go has grown. In the beginning, he couldn't hear Lugia. Now he's grown to the level of Ash, being able to understand Pokemon. And I really thought that was a pretty cool move. But besides all of that, the episode really just kind of is the end after this. Chloe ends up saying she's going to be a researcher, you know. Ash and Go have one last party, and then they head off their separate ways. That's really it. But we do have Team Rocket. With the announcement of the new protagonists, I didn't know what was going to come of Team Rocket. Were they going to just follow these new protagonists in the new series? Were they going to keep following Ash? But we get our answer here. They report to Giovanni that they watched the World Championship and know what the strongest Pokemon in the world is. Giovanni had tasked them to go catch that Pokemon, which is Ash's Pikachu. So they're basically like, we're going to keep following Ash and trying to catch Pikachu for as long as, you know, it takes us. So if Ash is ending, Team Rocket will more than likely end. We know we have one more series with Ash with 11 episodes. Maybe within those 11 episodes, they can finally change their goal and then go to Paldea, because we did have those special episodes with Team Rocket in the Paldea region, which may be a hint that they will return. Like, you know, that might have been a future thing. I'm not too sure. We'll just have to wait and see on that. But they have one more strike. Morpeko messes it up. Screw this thing. I hated Morpeko in the series. It was literally a waste of time. And they blast off. So I hope it doesn't return in the next series. The farewell between Ash and Go was handled pretty nicely. I don't think it was better than Sun and Moon, X and Y, Diamond and Pearl, the original, because I feel like those just all hit way harder. But it was still a nice farewell. We end up getting references as well. Like, we end up seeing the same cross that Ash, Misty, and Brock had, you know, said their farewells at. But they keep going past that, and Ash and Go come to a two-way split. And this is where it's like, okay, which way are you going? Which way I'm going? They're going separate ways. And you can tell it's hard on Go at first, which I'm glad that they did this. I was wondering, you know, were they going to pull an Ash where it's like Ash was sad that he was saying bye to his friends? Because that Go isn't technically Ash in this series, in this moment. Ash is like the experienced kid, the mentor, you know, who's kind of been helping Go out, and Go's the new kid who's just making his first real friends. But Go toughens up, and Ash gives him some words of affirmation, and they all head off their separate ways, with Chloe even going on journeys as well. I gotta admit, it's kind of saddening to see Ash and Go split ways, because I actually ended up like Ash and Go traveling together. Honestly, I thought their dynamic could have worked into, Paldea and maybe future series with Gold catching, Ash battling. They are the faces of what Pokemon is. And I thought that it could have worked out, but it's time for a new. It's cool to see that Gold was traveling around meeting Misty. I wonder if, he ends up meeting May or some of Ash's other friends as well along the way. And Ash ends up reuniting with Butterfree, which I feel like they'll tackle more of that in the actual Ash series. I think that's just a little teaser. And, Chloe's even traveling, which is kind of bittersweet because, like, why couldn't you have done this throughout the Journey series? It's like, yes, we're seeing their growth, but at the same time, it's like we could have seen some of this growth throughout the series. I do love their final moments, though, where they're all kind of in the same area and don't even realize it, where Chloe's doing her research, Go catches a Pokemon. I believe it's the Beautifly, because that's one Pokemon that he's been wanting for the longest, but he caught 3 of the other forms, so that would be cool if he finally caught the Beautifly, especially because it flew past. And then Ash doing what he does, battling the world champion, defending his title at that with Lucario. Yep, he is bringing Lucario back, so I'm pretty sure Lucario at this point is going to be a staple on Ash's team. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. My rating for this episode is about a 7 out of 10. Like I said, it wasn't the best farewell. I feel like the argument that they tried to make happen before was pretty good because, this is Go's first friend. But I feel like, I don't know, the emotion just didn't hit as hard. Maybe it's because Journeys was a hit or miss series. Like, there were a lot of times where I was watching the series and I just didn't really enjoy it as much. I feel like they fumbled too many plots and things like that. So that might have been the reason why I didn't really feel like this hit as hard. Even with, like, Chloe, for example. Chloe, I'm happy to see she's traveling now, but I just kind of wish she traveled more with Ash and go throughout the series to really build up to her being able to travel on her own. Because it's just like, yeah, she's like, okay, I can do this. I can, go out on my own. When really, Chloe hasn't really done much to show she's ready for her own journey, in my opinion. But, she's doing good. So she is Eevee, and that's all that matters. The ending of this series felt so different than any other series. And I don't think that this is going to be the last time we see Go and Chloe. We have one more 11-episode series with Ash. And Brock and Misty are set to appear, but I do believe that we will see every companion spread out throughout this series, or maybe even in the final episode, one last party for Ash where all the companions come together. That's what I'm hoping for. Go has finally met Misty, so Go technically knows everyone except for May, but Sarita knows May, Brock knows May. We can kind of tie up those loose ends and make a final party happen, and I hope that's what happens. What I really want is for that Ash and Mewtwo and Go and Mewtwo fight to happen, but it's too late. They're not going to do that. And plus, Go technically didn't catch Mew, so it's just, he's not ready. But still, with that being said, Pokemon Journeys, you've had some goods, you've had some bads. Overall, I give it about a 6 out of 10 as a series as a whole. I can go into a full review of the series on another video, but yeah, Journeys is just Journeys, man. Hopefully, this last Ash series really brings home some of the stuff that we've been wanting from Journeys, the returns, the Pokemon, just overall a combination of Ash's journey as a whole. That being said, though, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think of Pokemon Journeys as a whole. Did you love it? Did you like the finale? I'd love to hear. Trade Man 1, peace out.